Hey guys, it's Jason with the Board Game Mechanics, and today we're going to take a look at a quirky little card game that came from the band called the Decemberists called Illimat. Illimat is a 2 to 4 player game where players are essentially playing cards to try to score the most points. You're going to do that by using the card in your hand to collect cards of the same value, use a card in your hand to combine cards into the field to collect them later on a later turn to score points. What you're trying to do is you're trying to have the most cards each round, you're trying to get the most summer cards, trying to get the least winter cards, and you're also trying to get these weird little metal tokens. Why? I don't know. Ask the Decemberist. Ask the designer. I'm just playing. I'm just telling you about it. So I don't really know how to tell you about it. So let's just go down to the table and I'll show you how it plays. Alright, so here's the game of Illimat all set up, and I'm playing a 2-player game. So the only difference in setup for a 2-player game is you're going to use one less suit, which is the stars. Everything else will be the same. And you're going to, well, I guess you're going to have 2 less Ocuses out here too. But all the gameplay is going to be the same, just with less players. So to set up, you're going to shuffle these cards, which is basically, it's a normal deck of cards, 4 different suits. Ace through 12, 13. And the ace is a 1 or a 14. It's called the Fool in this game. Then you're going to deal 3 cards to each of the fields. We have summer, autumn, winter, and spring. You're going to give the dealer 4 cards. The person to the left of the dealer 3 cards. Everyone else would get 4 if we have more players. You're going to deal 1 luminary face down into each corner, and you're going to point the little arrow on this board to the dealer. So in this case, that's why it's pointed to this player. All right, the game is pretty simple. On your turn, you're going to do one of 3 things, which is all laid out on this handy dandy card, and it also has scoring on the back. Pretty nice. So the things you can do on your turn, you can sow, which simply means take a card, throw it into a field, to give you more options later in the game. You can harvest, which means you take a card from your hand, you match it with a card of the same number, or a stockpile, which I'll get into. You claim it, put it in your scoring pile. Or you can stockpile. So let me see if I can do a stockpile. So a stockpile works like this. There's a 4 here. I take a 7, I add it to that 4, it becomes an 11. The trick here is I have to have an 11 in my hand to be able to harvest that on a future turn. If I don't have an 11, I can't make that stockpile. Because this is an 11, I can also take this 11 and add it to the stockpile as well. So I could use 1 11 to collect all 3 of these cards. So that's how stockpiling works. The round is going to end when all the cards are gone and all the players have played all their cards. And then you're going to score points for whoever has the most cards, which is called a bumper crop. Whoever has the most summer cards, which is called sun-kissed, you get 2 points. And whoever has the most winter cards, which are little snowflakes which aren't out, you lose 2 points for those. And you're going to get points for all these. Every one of these you've collected, and any Fool, which is the 1 of the 14. All right, so let's just go ahead and jump into it. So I'm first because I have 3 cards. First thing I want to do is, once I play this card, I'm going to explain some stuff. So I'm going to play this Knight of Summer. He's going to claim the Knight of Autumn. Whenever you play a face card, or a knight of something, or a fool, it's going to turn the field to whatever season of that card. So this is summer, field's already in summer, no harm, no foul. A few more restrictions. In summer, you can do all 3 of the actions. You can sow, harvest, stockpile. In spring, you can sow and harvest, you cannot stockpile. In winter, you can sow and stockpile, you cannot harvest. And in autumn, you can stockpile and harvest, you cannot sow. Makes sense because you don't plant seeds in the autumn. Pretty self-explanatory. Then at the end of your turn, you're going to draw up to 4 cards. This is the winter suit. It looks like this. Has snow. All right, so that was my turn. This player. What do they want to do? They're going to stockpile here. So they're going to make that a 6 because they have a 6 in their hand. Probably better courses of actions, but I want to show you what happens when you flip a luminary and all that good stuff. All right, back to me. Let's see. Joke is on them. I don't have a 6, but I do have a 7. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this and I'm gonna claim that 7. Done. Back to the other player. All right. They have an 11, they have their 6. Yeah, they'll go ahead and claim it. So they'll take this 2 winter cards, which is not great, but it is what it is, I guess. All right, back to me. I'm gonna go ahead and stockpile with this 9 because I have a 13, so I can be able to harvest that on the next turn. Hope the other player doesn't have a 13. Let's see, they do not have a 13, so that is good. So let's see here. Can they claim anything? They're gonna go ahead and stockpile. So they're gonna go here, make that a 7. They have a 7 in their hand, so they're allowed to do that. Draw a card. My turn. I have a 13, so I'm gonna claim that. So this is gonna make this field summer. It's already summer, so I'm not gonna change it. Then what's gonna happen is I'll draw back to my 4. Whenever you empty a field, you're gonna claim one of these tokens. It's worth a point. Shape is irrelevant, it's just worth a point. Then I'm gonna flip this. All these cards have special powers. They're not listed on the card, but they're all listed in the rule book. You can flip through it. I already looked this one up. This is the Forest Queen. The field is always going to be summer as long as they're out. So if you play winter over here, the field's not going to change. The board will always be this layout until this card goes away. Then as long as you were able to pick up an Ocus on your turn, the seed field gets reseeded. If you cleared the field and only got this and couldn't take an Ocus, this would not get reseeded. All right, so that was my turn. Back to this player. So they have a 7. They'd really like to get this full though. So they're going to go ahead and... Ooh, do they want to be tricky? Yeah, they're going to try to be tricky. So they're going to make this an 11. Draw a card. So they're going to hope that I don't have an 11. And they would be correct. I do not. But I'm going to take this one. So I want to harvest those. And drop back up to 4. Alright. This player. They have an 11. So they're going to go ahead and claim it. So they're going to take it with the 11. And draw a card. Alright, so they have emptied this field. So they get the other Ocus. And did they draw a card? Yes. They're going to flip this one. So this is the Changeling. So let's see what the Changeling does here. Alright, the Changeling. Once during your turn, you may exchange a card from your hand with a card in the same field as the Changeling. You may do this at any point in your turn, either before play or after play. Cannot affect a stockpile. Alright, so we'll do that. So then it's going to refill 3 cards. Alright, that's my turn. So I can exchange something. That's super nice. That is super nice. Maybe. No, not really. Can I do anything? Can I do anything? Yes. I'm going to stock... Oh, I can't harvest over there. Dang it. Alright, I'm just going to harvest here. Take these 6s. Draw a card. Sometimes you have to take actions you don't really want to do because you're limited by the fields, but it is what it is. Let's see here. I'm gonna do... Eight and 4 is 12. Can't harvest from there. Alright, so I'm gonna play the 4. Oh, I can't stockpile there. Dang it. Dang it, dang it, dang it. Alright, I'm just gonna harvest these 2 3s because I can't do anything else that I wanted to do. Alright, draw a card. Alright, my turn. I have a Fool in my hand. I'm trying to get that Fool into my points because it's worth a point. I can't do it. Can't do it. I cannot do it. 8, do I have a 9? 10. Okay, I'll take the 10. I'll harvest this 10. I don't really want it because it's winter, but points are points. Alright, this player's turn. They are going to swap. Nope, they're just going to harvest that too. Done. All right. All right, I'm going to put this full here and make that a 12. I have a 12 in my hand. Okay, so then I gotta hope they don't have a 12. That would be bad news. And they do. They're snagging it. So they're stealing my 12. Drawing a card. Jerk. All right. So I'm going to do a 9 here. I'm going to stockpile it, turn it into a 12 because I have a 12. Draw a card. Done. This player, do they have another 12 to be a jerk? They do not. So they will not take it. But they're going to do this because they don't want me to get any more points. So they're going to sow here just to make it harder for me to clear out that field. So I'm going to stockpile. Make that a 9. I have a 9. Done. This player's turn again. They have a 13, so they're going to clear out this field. They'll get this. Whenever it's face up, you just claim it. It's where the point. There's no more ocuses, so it does not refill. So now we only have 3 fields that we're playing in. Alright. So I'm going to go ahead and take these with the 12. Back to this player. Let's see here. Do they have a 9? They do have a 9. Boom, stealing it. And then they're going to take this. No ocuses, so they don't, nothing else comes out. But now the board can change. Ooh, we're getting down to 2 fields. This is risky. This is risky. All right. All right, I'm gonna stop. Ah, dang it! I can't freaking stockpile. Can't harvest. All right, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna turn this field into winter because I'm getting sick of those other ones. So I'm playing that one there to turn it. Taking a card. This player's turn. All right, so they're going to claim the 8s. They're going to harvest the 8s. Draw a card. My turn. I'm going to claim these 8s. Card. This player's turn. Do they have a 3? They do not, but they're going to stockpile because they have a 7. And then now the deck is empty, so we'll just play till we run out of cards. 12, 10, 6. Dang, this is rough. So that's 7. 5 is 11. 8. 10. That's 7. 13. This is okay. I'm just gonna sow here. Done. Alright, they have a 7, so they're gonna snag these. They can't draw a card, but they get to flip this. This is the children, which is essentially worthless because it takes cards from the deck and puts it under them. When the children is revealed, deal 3 cards beneath the children. When this card is taken, you get those cards, but it's not gonna happen. My turn. Let's see here. Ooh, I'd like to take some cards if at all possible, but I'm gonna make this a 14. But I can't turn it. Dang it. That's a fine. Maybe they'll turn it. All right, there's this player's turn. And they are going to turn it. So they're going to play this down to make that a 13, which will turn that to autumn. And then it's my turn. So I'm going to play this for 14. This is now winter. Okay, then this player's turn. They're going to go ahead and harvest their 13, which is now winter time. And then it's my turn. I have a 10 and I can't do anything. So I will put it right there. They have a 5. They can't claim anything. So they'll put it right there. All right. So that's the end of the round. What we're going to do is we're going to add up all of our cards. See who has the most cards first. So this player has 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 22 cards. This player has 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 26 cards. So this player gets 4 points for having the most. Boom. All right. Then we're going to see who has the most summer cards. So let me sort out my summer and winter here. I have a lot of both. In a 2-player game, both players have a lot of both. So that's not too weird. This player has a lot of black. All right, I'll sort it out. So this player has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 summer, and this player has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 summer. In that case, they both share the points. So they each get 2 points. So this player has 6. This player has 2. All right, then we will do winter. This player has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 winter. This player has 6 winter, so they lose 2. Dang. All right. Then we will do each full. Oh shoot, I got rid of those. Dang it, I knew another in here. Nope, I did get rid of some of them. So 6 winter. I don't know, I had a couple fools, so I'll just give each player 2. I should have kept those, I forgot. Each Ocus is worth a point. So this one player has 1, this player has 1. So they each get 1. This player has 2 luminaries. Each of these is worth a point. So they get 2. And I don't have any luminaries, so I get nothing. So it is 11-3. What you're trying to do is you're trying to be the first person to get to 17. And whoever does that first is the winner. That's how you play Illimat. Let's go up to the top. See what you think about it. Well, that was Illimat. Told you it was weird. It's actually a pretty straightforward game to play. You're just basically playing a card to a field, adhering to all the rules of the field, making sure when you play a face card that you're turning the field accordingly so the rules change. So there's a little bit of making sure you're doing the upkeep. It's a little fiddly, but not too bad. So I'm not going to really go into a pros and cons of this. I'm just going to tell you that it's a really fun little card game. I've had this for a couple weeks. The publisher sent it to me for a review. And I've played it probably 6 or 7 times at 2 players and at 3 players. I haven't played it at 4, but I have played it 2 and 3, and it's super fun. I think the longest game that we've ever played lasted 4 rounds, and that was the 3-player game because there were more people competing for cards. I played a 2-player game that lasted 2 rounds because you get more cards and more opportunities to score over a 2-player game. So yeah, this is weird. You saw it in the overview. It does normal card playing stuff, kind of, where you're playing a card and drawing a card, but the way you're playing the cards is definitely different. I don't even know how to compare this to another game. I was talking to Katie about it, and I said it's basically like a set collection trick-taking game. Not a great description, I understand that, but that's kind of what it is. Like you're trying to take tricks by harvesting, and you're trying to collect sets like Summer or have the most. So at its basic elements, that's what this game is. But then you got the changing of the seasons and the Ocus tokens. I don't know why. The luminaries. Why are they there? I don't know. They are. It just adds a little more bit stuff to the game. It's weird. It's crazy. It doesn't have a ton of art. It's essentially a deck of cards with a little bit of, different art on it, different suits, and cool metal tokens. So if you like weird card games, you like trick-taking games, you like set collection games, you like Rummy, I don't know, you like any of those games, I would say give this one a go. So that's Illimat. I guess before I sign off, I'm just going to go ahead and say BGM accepted. I think I gave this game an 8 out of 10. I like it a lot. It is a really fun card game. It makes me feel like I'm not playing a card game and I'm playing a board game. It gives me that feeling of doing more things than just drawing a card, playing a card, collecting sets, putting down 4, 5s, and 6s, getting a run, all that stuff. It gives me the same kind of feelings, but with more stuff going on in my head. So this is definitely a card game that's going to be sticking around. I love it. 8 out of 10, 4 out of 5 wrenches. Quality game, BGM accepted. I dig it. So now where I was going before, I'm Jason with the Boardgame Mechanics. That was my review of Illimat. And as always, keep gaming.